All right, good morning, everyone. So it is July the 29th, 2021. We are in our morning strategy call. So I want to go through, we're going to go ahead and start with TLRY. TLRY had a massive day yesterday. So they announced earnings and it was a surprise earnings beat. Most people, so last quarter, they weren't profitable right here, as we can see, and so we saw a major breakout, major breakthrough on volume, right? So on significant volume here, and so I think it's relevant here as we think about TLRY. TLRY was really close to our oversold. We did get an oversold indicator here, and so from a technical perspective, it was worth and due for a bounce anyway. For us, we of course bought shares just to go ahead and start a covered call, a weekly covered call here, somewhere in this area. And so we had seen a pretty significant decline there in the value, but we were managing that and mitigating much of that risk through the sale of a weekly call slightly above our break even. Now with this, we are back certainly profitable on the long shares. We also, though, have a leap here. And so we have a leap here and we have a sold call here against that leap. And so I'm going to need to decide what to do there. And then we have this 16.5. So if TLRY ends above 16.5 for this week, we're going to let the shares and the 16.5 call get called away and then look to reevaluate. I did, of course, open this position as it was, trading down here at 12.50 at the close on Tuesday. I did go ahead and sell this call right here, anticipating that I would not get challenged on this 16.5. So I went ahead and sold the 16. Obviously, I'm now underwater on this particular trade. So I'm going to need to think about how I want to navigate through this. We're seeing TLRY up another 7 or 8% right now this morning. And so it's good. It's good that we're seeing this, but it means that I'm going to have to think through how I want to respond to this particular position. Okay, so that's one thing that I'm looking at today, is just to think about what I want to do with TLRY. There's nothing on our PSF long watch list here. We're not seeing really anything super new. Of course, I don't want to play with AMC. Ride is in the same boat as Workhorse, right? Just kind of a continuing decline there. I want to stay away from Riot. Of course, we do have Workhorse. So I am just kind of looking through these. I'm not seeing anything that I want to do a covered call on right this minute. I am excited, though, as we look through the portfolio. Apple did announce incredible earnings a couple of days ago and has since sold off. We do have this September at the money put credit spread that we'll watch. If we get down to 140, I'll probably roll this out, but just letting that collect premium for us. BlackBerry, hopefully going to let these expire worthless. I have gone ahead and opened up my positions for next week, and so I'm technically naked on these, and so we'll see what happens with BlackBerry. It doesn't look like there's any major, anything coming out with BlackBerry, and so this is from yesterday. So just kind of watching what's going to happen here with BlackBerry. We continue to go down. Bud is down pre-market. We go to Bud here. So Bud's trading under this 65 area, which I think would constitute kind of a breakdown here. Of course, we do have a significant leap here in March. We sold at the money, though. This is clearly going to expire out of the money now. And so we will look to perhaps go out 2 weeks sell another. I've got, what is this? $675 in this particular call contract, and I sold this one for 80. So we're already looking at about 15% of the premium, and we've still got 232 days. And so we'll go out. We might sell this 70, depending on where it opens up. For the 69, I'd like to get $1 out of next week, and so we will watch that to see what happens against this leap here, and continue to try to collect against that leap. And so Bud's certainly down pre-market. Cat's up nicely. CCL is up. Clove is up slightly. EEM is up slightly. Let's take a look at EEM here. So it's at the front of our leap here. It was oversold. I'm not going to necessarily do anything here. We've still got 336 days left on this particular trade with the leap. So we're just going to keep watching it. EXPR up slightly. FUBU up slightly. We're going to end up having to roll this particular position. This is good. We're getting out of the money here on this 26. So I'd like for this to expire worthless in a couple of weeks. That would be good. Collect all of that premium and work on getting that back here. Same with this long-term put credit spread that I have 113 days left on. So I'd like for that to expire worthless as well. I might go ahead and roll this. We're at a delta of 1 now, and these deltas are significantly tightening up. So FXI, got a couple of positions on in FXI here against these two leaps, and so these are in the money now. So we'll watch these hopefully continue to collect profit for us here, and we'll play it against a weekly call. And so we'll see what happens here. Pretty nice. I'm going to be able, and this is one of the things that I like about having more than one position in. So we have this 5 right here, and I have 5 sold here, right? But one of the things that's really cool, excuse me, so I can slowly start building out this position. And so naked, technically naked on FXI, you know, we're not going to see FXI jump to 50, for example, overnight. And so what's cool about this is I can ladder into this trade. And so I might look to add a call somewhere out here to continue building out next week's position here. Okay, so I have 5. Eventually I'm going to have 5 sold calls on this side to go against this particular leap. And so what I'd like to do, slowly build this out. So I might add 1 or 2 today. IQ is up. Where are we at? So we are solidly in the money there on both of those. So IQ is a little bit past our break even, but we are seeing this get intrinsic value now. So that's looking nice. Okay, so that's good there. Lab D, we've been fighting for months. Momo up a little bit here. Kind of the same thing here with Momo. We're seeing this leap gain value against this delta here. So we'll just keep playing through that, and that's okay. All right, skills up. We of course are short this. We've rolled this a couple of times. I'd like to see this eventually expire out of the money. Looks like that's going to expire nicely out of the money as well. SPXU, got a little bit of wiggle room here on this 18. TLRY, we talked about Wish right here. It's right there. So we'll need to think about what to do there. And then Workhorse, we've already talked a little bit about. Still not sure if this is a real company. So we'll see what happens. Very short here. 1 delta. So I'd like to see us move in a good direction here, but we'll see what happens. Okay. So that's what we're at, where we're at. I'm probably just going to continue to watch my positions today. Think about what happens with each of these. If something comes up on the PSF long watch list, we will act accordingly. But otherwise, I'm not really planning on doing a heck of a whole lot here. Just kind of watching the market, see what it gives us, and really think about just trying to make some profit today. So that's the name of the game. If you have any questions, please reach out to me, Ryan, RYAN, at Sell That Option. Otherwise, happy trading.